Welcome friends to the third and final video in the series of learning videos explaining intricacies of case analysis and presentation. In this video, I will take you through financial implications of the decisions taken so far. I will also show what other actions Breton can take and create timelines. And then I will summarize key aspects of what comprises a good case study. I will close with giving you important tips on how to make a presentation to the assessor. We have considered some of the risks if we take above direction. Let's examine financial implications and benefits of the same. In the first year, which is current year, the number of projects in India seen as 12, next year 17, and in year 2021 as 22. I have also shown if all the employees are taken from JPP, the cost will be 284 million. In next year, 346 million, and in year 2021, 377 million. And this is a significant cost saving with a 50-50 model, which will result in cost saving in the first year, current year of 78.6 million, 2020 as 96 million, and 2020 as 105 million. The cost being paid to JPP for each employee is given in the case. However, employee cost, if you go for a 50-50 model, is based on some assumptions and general sense of the Indian market. Here again, we are using certain business projections and manpower requirements. The savings are based on this. Accuracy of these figures is less important for the purpose of assessment. More important is that you have thought of the strategy and can monetize the benefits. We have already discussed actions like agreement with JPP for staff tenure in FI linked to the payment. We also spoke of actions related to Formdale India establishing SLAs with Formdale Paris and also with JPP. Here we'll discuss some more actions. In the plan of action, Formdale should meet JPP senior management in next 3 days, form a 2 to 3 member task force including people from both sides, create a format and guidelines for market data on salaries, and we should get that in 3 days. Second action could be collect market data and information in next 7 days. Third action will be discuss and agree with JPP on the formula on payment made by FI to JPP and JPP payment to its employees, what could be JPP's markup, etc. Again 7 days for this. There is some risk in this. JPP may not agree for these conditions. In that case, we can extend the current agreement by another 3 months and look for an alternative vendor. In terms of employee engagement, whether FI is able to get a 50-50 agreement with JPP or retain existing 100% hiring through JPP, Formdale India should initiate following steps to increase staff engagement and productivity. 1. More involvement of senior persons in strategy and planning discussions. Knowing what an employee is contributing to the larger goal is a great motivator. 2. Offer training opportunities to people, technical and leadership, who have performed well and been with the company for over 2 years. 3. Start a system of giving appreciation letters for significant contribution. This will be a strong motivator as it will help them in the future jobs. Organize team building activities once in 3 months with the help of an external resource. There can be more actions, but we have shown here is not exclusive. Friends, you've seen a fairly complex business case. Well, really not too complex, and how it should be solved. You have also endured my monotonous voice for long, and you deserve a medal for that. Please bear with me some more as I give you some concluding suggestions. As I've said, the case we have given here has moderate complexity. In some ACs, there could be more complex cases. However, according to the length and complexity of the case, more time will be provided. In many case studies, industry, country and global economic data is also given. Idea is to check whether you have the ability to separate important from trivial. You are expected to read and internalize important data and information. You are supposed to identify key short-term and long-term issues faced by the organization and what are major constraints. You are then expected to make connections, create and evaluate alternatives, and give clear recommendations. You remember in Formdale India case, company's business model of not hiring engineers on its role led to employee disengagement and complaint from the customers. Your recommendation should cover short-term as well as long-term actions and should be supported by data and logic. You must think of multiple stakeholders, which could be customers, employees, shareholders, community. Your solution should cover the interests of all. This sounds easy, but is quite difficult to do. However, if you even think along these lines and present some ideas and thoughts, you will come out smelling roses. Try to achieve your goals through collaboration and teamwork. Always think of cross-functional teams. Provide short-term and long-term goals for the organization and clear action plans and timelines. Investigate risk and risk mitigation strategy. Provide inputs on what resources will be required to successfully implement the plan of action. And wherever possible, try to show the financial impact of your suggestions and decisions. The assessors are trained to observe your thought process, understanding, and ability to use data and information effectively. Do not get bogged down to provide one perfect answer. Think environment, sustainability, and planet. Make your written presentation along the lines we have shown in Formdale case. Many times you are told that you can't prepare for an assessment center or for case analysis. I disagree with this completely. To prepare for case analysis and presentation, read business magazines, newspaper editorials, company internal reports, and similar material. Read in depth, understand data and information, make connections, identify critical issues, constraints, and risk. Practice case analysis, discuss it with seniors and managers. Absorb feedback and learn from them. There are books and professional organizations like IIM Ahmedabad who offer case studies on payment. Develop skills of reading a business document quickly yet capture the essence of it. In case study, like in most activities in the assessment center, time is of utmost importance. Right in the beginning, think of the total available time and write down on a piece of paper how much time you will devote to each of these, and then follow that timeline that you have designed. My suggestion roughly would be read the case and make rough notes, take about 45 minutes, analyze and create and evaluate options, further 45 minutes. This will include creating formal presentation either on PPT or chart paper. At the end of that, review what you have done and plan how you're going to make a formal presentation to the assessor and keep 15 minutes, last 15 minutes for presentation to the assessor. Please note that you are observed in different competencies in written case analysis and different competencies in presentation. In presentation, you would mostly be assessed for communication, influencing, active listening, conflict resolution, assertiveness. Most of the time, your presentation will be for about 10 minutes and further 5 to 10 minutes for questions and answers. Prepare no more than 5 slides or chart paper with no more than 20 words in each slide. Just mention keywords and phrases and use your memory and notes to explain. Use graphics if possible. Start your presentation by giving a brief structure of your presentation and then stick to it. Finish your presentation in allocated time. If the assessor asks many questions, the presentation time may extend. If you are unsure of something or you do not know something, do not bluff. Accept it gracefully and stand corrected. However, the assessor may intentionally push you back on something you are sure about. Here, stand your ground. Learn to be concise and focused. Do not ramble. Always maintain a pleasant and smiling demeanor. When the assessor speaks, be a good, patient, and keen listener. If you listen to the assessor carefully and attentively, he would subconsciously be well disposed towards you. Never argue with an assessor.
I can now see how a good case study is done, but I do not feel I can do such good analysis and present it effectively. Please tell us how to really learn this skill.
Let me recite a share here. ये इश्क नहीं आसान, इतना ही समझ लीजिए। ये इश्क नहीं आसान, इतना ही समझ लीजिए, एक आग का दरिया है और डूब के जाना है। In this share, replace ishq with assessment center and you will get the drift. We all know that you master any skill or behavior by practice. Whether it is learning case study analysis or learning to play badminton or learning to play guitar, the key is practice. You can master this particular tool of case analysis and presentation or any other activity that we'll be discussing later by doing actual case studies and having an opportunity to present it, get the feedback from the trainer and work on it more and more. The mantra is practice, practice, practice and more practice. Send an email to the address mentioned at the end of the video for personalized learning programs on case study. If you do 70% of what we have shown in your next assessment center, both in written and oral presentation, you would easily pass the benchmark in all competencies being assessed in the case study. Watch our videos on behavioral event interview, group discussion, one-on-one role play, intro exercise, and more. So friends, I hope you now have a good understanding of how to do an excellent case analysis and presentation. If you have any query on what has been discussed so far, please feel free to write to the email address given here. I promise I will respond to you promptly. Please also write in what way I can make this class better. I truly welcome your feedback. Happy learning!